Yes, we are right.
Hi everyone, welcome to another very interesting live session by STEM and Space. My name is Suparna and with me we have Gadvit sir, and we are here today to celebrate the 56th year anniversary of ISRO. Okay, so it was celebrated yesterday, so August 15th was our Independence Day, and along with that we celebrated the 56th anniversary of ISRO. We can say it was the birthday of ISRO. Okay, so now today what we are going to do is we are going to have a Kahoot quiz, which includes the history of ISRO and with some of the famous missions by ISRO, and we will include some of the very famous personalities behind the behind the development of ISRO. Okay, so without wasting any more time, we can start. So let me just share my screen. So you all can join Kahoot. So we will be sharing the link in the chat box, in the comment section, and you all can just click on that link and join the quiz. Okay, you just have to click on that link. It will take you to a web page called kahoot.it. You just have to give your name over there and you can log in. Right, so and if you're using some other device like phone, I'm sharing the QR code. I'm just maximizing this QR code. You can just scan this QR code and you can log in the same way. All right, so while we are waiting, we'll just wait for 2-3 minutes, and while we are waiting, let me just tell you all about, let me just remind you all about our discovery bag. Our Ask an Astronomer section is open this month. It is about the future moon bases. So if you have any questions about the upcoming moon missions or like Artemis, or if you have any doubt about the how the moon base is going to be, what are the safety measures we will take when we are making a moon base. So if you have all those questions, please ask in the discovery bag section. And also in our National Space Day is coming up, which is on August 23rd. So we have a lot of sessions planned, and we will have a lot of live sessions and very interesting sessions coming up. So please do follow Cosmic Kids Club, and please try to participate in all those programs. Okay, so let me just see only 8 participants. Please, everyone, please join. Let me just explain to you once again how to join. So you just have to click on the link which is shared in the chat box. Just click on it and it will take you to a website called kahoot.it. Just type in your nickname and you can log in. Or if you're using a mobile phone, you can scan this QR code which I'm sharing on screen. Please scan this QR code and you can join in the same way. All right. And we have, let me just tell you about our social media. So now you are all on our social media, Spacetopia YouTube, but we have a Instagram channel and we have a WhatsApp channel. So all these informations will be shared in that. Like I told you that National Space Day is coming up. So which is actually the celebration of Chandrayaan 3 landing, successful landing of Chandrayaan 3 in the south pole of the moon. So we have a lot of sessions coming up. So if you want to get updated about it, please do follow our social media channels and get updated about it. All right. So I'm just waiting for everyone. Like you can see, 11 participants already joined. I'll just wait for a few more minutes. Let me know in the chat box if you want me to wait. If you are having some trouble, please let me know in the chat box so that I can help you all with that. Okay. And while we are waiting, if you joined already, please answer to this question: what is actually the full form of ISRO? So if you know what is the full form of ISRO, please put it in the chat box and let me see how many of you know, because we are celebrating the 56th year anniversary of ISRO. And first thing we have to know about it is to know the full form of ISRO. So let me see how many of you can answer that. Just checking the chat box. All right, please put it in the comment section if you know what is the full form of ISRO. Let me see how many. Sorry. Yes, Indians, I can see already a lot of answers are coming up. It is Indian Space Research Organization. Very good, Rakesh. Aaron, very good. Hobby Star is also messaging. It is Indian Space Research Organization. Yes, exactly. It is Indian Space Research Organization. And if you are having any problem, I can see everybody is typing Indian Space Research. Actually, organization is also there. And yeah, I can see now a lot of people are messaging. Very good, everybody. Good job, good job. That is exactly the correct answer. Okay, so now the thing is, when we start this Kahoot, you all know how to play Kahoot, then it's good. If you don't know, then there will be some questions, and we will have four or five options, and you will get maximum 45 to 60 minutes for answering seconds to answer each questions. So it will be about the history or the main missions or the people behind or the very famous people behind the development or the success of ISRO. Okay, so please join fast. I will just wait for 1 more minute and then we will start quickly. And if you're not joined, you can still join while we are playing the game. So as soon as possible, please join. Yes, Geetika, I'm waiting. Please join. So I'll just repeat once again. Just click on the link which we shared in the chat box. Garbit sir, if you can pin that comment, it will be helpful for the participants. So we will pin that comment, pin that link. You can just click on the link and you can, it will open up a page called kahoot.it. You just have to type in your name and enter. And if you're not getting if you're not getting through that link, so then you can just go to Google, type in kahoot.it, just type the game pin which is on the screen, which is 765559. You can just copy from the screen and you can type in similar way, type in your nickname and join. Okay. Yes, I can see a lot of people are joining. I'll wait 1 more minute and then we will join. So if you join with your device, then please share the link to your friends and let them also, like, encourage them also to join, because we are celebrating one of the biggest space agency of India, and it is like, it's a birthday of ISRO. Yesterday was the birthday of ISRO, and we want to celebrate it as big as possible. So please do share this link with your friends. Let them also join, and we will have a very good Kahoot competition. Okay. Yes, we can start in a minute. Let everyone join, and then I will start. So you all can see your names in the chat, names on my screen. All right. So I think we can start now. Garvi sir, is it okay if we start?
Yes, ma'am, we can start.
All right. So like I already told you before starting the game, let me just tell you once again. This game is going to be, you will get a question and you will get 45 to 60 seconds. You just have to click on the correct answer. Okay. And if you do it fast, you will get more points. Okay. So there are two things which the Kahoot will check, if you're giving the correct answer or if you're fast. Okay. So we are going to start. Let's go to the first question. So everyone, be ready. I'm going to start now. So let's start with the first question. 3, 2, 1, and let's see the first question. So we are celebrating ISRO's 56th year anniversary in 2025. So, in which year was ISRO established? So, this is actually a very, what do we say? It is for the geniuses. If in 2025 we are celebrating the 56th year anniversary of ISRO, then when was it established? Is it 1950, 1969, 1975, 1962? Just click on the correct answer and then we will see what is the correct answer. So, like I said, you can just use your math skills. If we are celebrating in 2025, we are celebrating 56th year anniversary, then when it was launched. Okay, so let's quickly see the correct answer. It was, so 12 of you gave the correct answer. It was 1969. So August 15th, 1969 was the date in which ISRO was officially established. Okay, so let's see, quickly see the scoreboard, and then I will be talking a little bit about ISRO and how it was formed. Okay, now Sritan is leading, followed by 21 is school for, and Safan, Gulu Gulu Papa, Aaron Meal. Okay, so we have very interesting names here. That's great. That's great, everyone. So ISRO, okay, or we can say Indian Space Research Organization, was established, like I said, on August 15th, 1969. So when we established, when it was begin, it was a very small, a small program. Okay, we can say it was very small. Like they had a very few scientists, and they had, they didn't have a proper office, or they didn't have their own launch pad. So it was a very basic. We can say it was a very basic, organization. And you can see in these pictures how they are taking the rocket parts on the bullet carts and bicycles. So we were very small. Okay, but now if you see ISRO, we are sending our own rockets, we are sending satellites to moon, satellites to Mars, and now in 2027, by 2027, we will send humans to space. So we came so far, and this is actually reminding us to dream big. Okay, whether you feel down or if it's small at the beginning, you have to dream big. That's, and you will succeed. Okay, that is the main thing we are getting from ISRO's history. So with that, let's go to the next question. So everyone get ready. Second question: what was the name of the scientist who started India's space journey and is known as the father of ISRO? Who is known as the father of ISRO, and who is behind the establishment of ISRO? So there are options: APJ Abdul Kalam, Rakesh Sharma, Vikram Sarabhai, Satish Dhawan. So let me see how many of you are getting this correct answer. Is it Abdul Kalam, Rakesh Sharma, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, or Satish Dhawan? So there is a clue. The lander which we sent on Chandrayaan 2 was named after this person. So if you know that name, you can answer this. Okay. And the correct answer, like all of you, most of you gave only one wrong answer, but most of you gave the correct answer. It is Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. All right. So quickly see the scoreboard, and I'll show you who Dr. Vikram Sarabhai was. So now still Sritan is leading with 1,969 points. Then Gulu Gulu Papa, Safan, Shushrutushma, okay, I can't pronounce it. It is a very, I'll say Shushru, and we have 21 is school in the 5th place. Okay, and space is the highest climber. So very good, everyone. So Vikram Sarabhai, you can see it on my screen. He was an Indian physicist, astronomer, and he's behind everything, like everything. He started it all, we can say. Okay, so when he started, what he did is he just brought together a group of people who are space enthusiasts, and they started a small committee called INCOSPAR, which later became ISRO, which later, like we can say, officially established in 1969 as ISRO. And one of the main idea, or we can say motto of Vikram Sarabhai, was to use this space tech for civilians like us. Okay, so that's why he started from weather forecasting to education in rural places. So he wanted it all. And now, if you see, ISRO is doing all of these by using different satellites. Okay, so he's very important personality in space exploration field. So he is known as the father of space, Indian space research. Okay, so with that, let's go to the next question quickly. India launched its very first rocket from a small coastal village. Do you know the name of the place? Okay, so like I told you, when ISRO was built, it was very small. They didn't have a proper office. They didn't have much scientists. They didn't have a launch pad, proper launch pad. But they still sent a very, we can say basic rocket called Nike Apache from a small coastal village, India. That is the question. So you have to tell me what is that places? What is the name of the places? But that was a very basic rocket. It was a sounding rocket. So we use mainly the sounding rockets for doing weather predictions or doing some very basic experiments in the upper atmosphere. So, but this was successful. But we used, okay, that I will tell you later once we get the answer. But let me see how many of you know this place. Okay, so this first rocket was launched from a small coastal village. Okay, we have mixed answers, and the correct answer is actually Tumba, Trivandrum, which is in Kerala. Okay, so there was no proper office or launch pad. So we use one of the church in Tumba. It's a small village in Trivandrum. So we use the church for as our office and the churchyard as a launch pad. But it was a successful launch, and that actually led to the later rocket programs and satellites programs of India. Okay, so this is a very important place. That let's see the scoreboard. Any changes? Okay, Sritan is still leading, followed by Safan, Ashi, Cosmo, MapPy Super, and Cosmo Space. Very good, everyone. Let's see the 6 questions. Which Indian scientist led the team that successfully launched India's first satellite launch vehicle in 1980? So after launching our first rocket and our first satellite, we launched our first satellite launch vehicle. So satellite launch vehicle means a rocket which carry a satellite. Okay, so this was India's very first satellite launch vehicle. And who was actually the scientist led the team at this point? Was he Satish Dhawan, Vikram Sarabhai, Dr. Radhakrishnan, or Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam? Let's see. Okay, I'll give you one example. One clue. If you guys want it, he is known as the missile man of India. This is the biggest clue. Now I hope you all know who the person is. Let's see how many of you can answer this. And the answer is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, not Satish Dhawan, not Vikram Sarabhai. It's Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, so and he is known as the missile man of India. Let's see the scoreboard. There is no much change. Sritan is still leading, followed by Ashi, Safan, Cosmos, Space, and Shushru. Okay, so that's very good. So APJ Abdul Kalam, talking about APJ Abdul Kalam, he is a very important personality in our space exploration. We all know him as the 11th president of India, and he was like a people's favorite president of India. Okay, but before that, he was actually a scientist who was working in ISRO. Okay, so he was behind our first rocket, first launch vehicle, and also he is known as the missile man because he is behind Indian missile project like Agni and Prithvi. So these are very big missile projects of India, and he actually led those projects. That's why he's known as the Missile Man of India. So he is very important. Like Vikram Sarabhai, he is another very famous personality, and we can say that Abdul Kalam was actually like a student of Vikram Sarabhai. Okay, so there is a very huge connection between both of them. With that, let's see what is the next question. Yes, that was an easy question. Let's see the next one. What was the name of India's first satellite which was launched in 1975? What is the name of India's very first satellite? Was it Aryabhat, Bhaskara, Bhaskara 2, or okay, Aryabhatta in 1957. So you have to check the name and the year also. So there are like repetition of the names, but you have to see the year also. So which satellite was actually the India's very first satellite? So this is a very easy question for everybody. Let's see how many of you can answer this question. Okay, so the correct answer is Aryabhatta in 1975. Okay, so Aryabhatta is actually named after a very famous mathematician and astronomer, Aryabhatta. He is actually the one who came up with the number zero. So to honor him, we gave our first satellite name as Aryabhatta. So when we are sending this satellite in 1975, we didn't have our own launch vehicle, we didn't have our own launch pad, we didn't have anything. Okay, so we had to ask help from Russia. At that point of time, it was called USSR. And they helped us with their rocket and their launch station. And we successfully launched our first satellite. It was actually there in our orbit for 5 days, and later it lost all the communication with us. But apart from, with that, it was actually the starting point of all the satellite missions happened after that. Okay, so it is also a very important milestone of Indian space research. So let's see the scoreboard. We don't have much change. Sritan is still leading. Very good, Sritan. Followed by Ashi, Cosmos Space, Shrushruth, Space Lover BP. And Wani is the highest climber. Very good one, Varni. So of course, I know these were the very simple question, but let's go to the next question. Okay, this is for double points. So you have to click the correct answer fast, then you will get double points. In 1984, India sent its first person to space. Who was this brave astronaut? Was it Kalpana Chawla, Rajesh Sharma, Shubhanshu Shukla, or Rakesh Sharma? Who was the first astronaut in space? And you all have to give your answers fast. So here is a picture of that brave astronaut. So of course, Kalpana Chawla is excluded. But from the other three options, who is this personality? So Rajesh Sharma, Shubhanshu Shukla, or Rakesh Sharma? Let's see the answers quickly. And it is Rakesh Sharma. It's not Rajesh Sharma or it's not Shubhanshu Shukla. It is Rakesh Sharma. He was the first astronaut to go to space. Okay, so he actually went in another USSR module called Soyuz F-11, and he stayed in our orbit for 8 days. Okay, so that time we didn't have our own satellite to go to space or anything. So that time we also asked help from Russia, and they helped us, and he became the first Indian to go to space. Okay, and one of the interesting thing about Rakesh Sharma is when our Indian Prime Minister at that time, it was Indira Gandhi, when she asked him how our India is looking from space, he replied that "Sare jahan se acha Hindustan hamara." So that means from all over the places in the world, our India is the best. So that is actually a very big inspiration to all of us. And let's see the scoreboard. We don't have much change. Only Space Lover BP is now in the 4th place and Arush is in the 5th place. Okay, so all other Sritan, Ashi, and Cosmos Space is still, leading. Very good, everyone. This is actually a good sign. Okay, so let's see the next question. This is the next question. Which Indian launch vehicle is known as the workhorse of ISRO? Again, which Indian launch vehicle is known as the workhorse of ISRO? Okay, so it is called as workhorse for a reason because this is a very powerful launch vehicle, and also it carried a lot of satellites, including our moon mission, Mars mission satellites. Okay, and I'll give you all a clue. This launch vehicle came into the world record because recently, in few years back, it launched 104 satellite into space. So this is that powerful launch vehicle. So is it PSLV, GSLV, ASLV, or RLV? What is the name of this launch vehicle? Let's see how many of you can answer this question. So I can see some of you are answering it in the chat box. Please click on the link in the chat box which is pinned. Please click on that link and you can join the Kahoot quiz. You don't have to put it in the chat box. Okay, so the answer is correct. And most of you give the correct answer. It is PSLV. Okay, it's Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. Okay, this is one of the very powerful rocket launch vehicles made by ISRO, and that is why it is called as a workhorse of ISRO. So very good, everyone. That I got a good number of correct answers, and there is no much changes. Ritan is still leading. Ashi Cosmos, Ashi Cosmo, Cosmos Space, Space Lover BP, and 21 school is in the first 5 leading position. With that, let's see the 11th question. So what was the name of ISRO's first mission to moon? I want everybody to give the correct answer because this is a very simple question. Okay, so was it Lunar 1, was it Moonsat, Vikram, or Chandrayaan 1? What was the name of ISRO's very first moon mission? Let's see how many of you can answer this question correctly. This is actually a very simple question because the answer is in the name and it's very famous. Let's see the answer. Everyone, I think everybody's ready, and the correct answer is Chandrayaan 1. So Chandrayaan 1 was ISRO's first moon mission and it was successful. Okay, and with that, it found the water on the moon. So it has like a lot of very good, objectives, and it completed all those objectives. So that is why it is one of the very important mission of ISRO. And this is the first moon mission of ISRO. So that is, it is a very simple question, and that's why most of you give the correct answer. We can see 18 correct answers. That is good. Let's see the scoreboard. There is no change in the scoreboard, and very good. And Safan is back in game. Safan, very good. And others are still leading. Sritan, Ashi, Cosmos, Space Lover, and 21 is cool. So this is good, everyone. Good job. Keep this scoreboard as it is. All right. So with that, let's see what is the next question. Which part of Chandrayaan 2 was supposed to land on the moon? So Chandrayaan 2 consisted of 3 main parts: one orbiter, lander, and a rover. So which part of Chandrayaan 2 was supposed to land on the moon is the question. Was it the orbiter? Was it the payload? Was it the lander, or none of these? Okay. So there is actually very interesting, like I already told you, our father of space program is Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. And the name of the lander of Chandrayaan 2 was called as Vikram lander, and the rover was called as Pragyan, which means, which knowledge, wisdom in Sanskrit. So it was supposed to land on the moon. Let me know what is the correct answer. And like I told you, please click on the link and join the quiz. You don't have to put it in the chat box. Yes, so 14 of you gave the correct answer. It was the lander. So why the question was it was supposed to land on the moon is because the mission we successfully the orbiter was successful, but when it was, it was supposed to soft land on the south pole of the moon. The lander was supposed to soft land on the surface of the moon, but what happened is around 2 to 5 kilometer above this moon surface, it lost all the communication and it crash landed. Okay, and it got destroyed. That's why we are not saying that it was a very successful burn, but then it's okay, we send another mission Chandrayaan 3 we sent, and that was successful. Okay, so 14 of you gave the correct answer, and the correct answer was lander. So let me see the scoreboard. Okay, there is some changes. Sritan is still leading with 10,000 plus points, followed by Ashi, Space Lover, 21 is cool, and Arush. So very good, everyone. That is actually a good lead, and especially to Sritan, she is just holding on to the first position for a long time. Let's see anybody else can beat him and put him in the second place just for fun. Let's see the competition. Okay, everyone, try to answer fast, but answer it correctly. Okay. Yes, let's go to the next question. Okay, so this question is actually a multi-select and also for a double point. So you can select more than one, there will be more than one correct answer. Okay, so the question is, which of the following are true about Chandrayaan missions? Select all that apply. Okay, so there are some options. With that, from that, you have to select all the things, all the statements which are true about the entire Chandrayaan mission. Chandrayaan 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so this, like I already told you, this is a multi-select question. So you can select more than one question, one answer. So first select all those things, and you can click yes. Okay, click enter, submit. Then you can what do you say? You can submit your answers. So I can see Geetika, yes, it was the Chandrayaan lander failed, like I already told you. It lost communication. Chandrayaan 2 lander lost communication with us, and it just crash landed and destroyed. So that is actually correct answer. So we have 18 of you gave, there are three correct answers from this options. One is Chandrayaan 1 confirmed the presence of water on the moon. That is correct. Chandrayaan 2 attempted a soft landing near the lunar south pole. It attempted, but it didn't happen. Okay, so that is also correct. Chandrayaan 3 successfully landed near the lunar south pole, and that is also correct. But the other two options, Chandrayaan 2 was the India's first moon mission, was wrong. Is wrong. Chandrayaan mission study Mars. That is also wrong. Okay, so these three are the correct answer. So let's see the scoreboard. Okay, Sritan, I got it. All right. So now still Sritan is leading with 13,000 points, and we followed by Ashi, Space Lover, 24, 21 is cool, and Muhammad. And there's no much change in the scoreboard. Let's quickly go to the next question. And again, this is for double points. Which Indian satellite was first to reach Mars in the year 2013? This is a very simple question. Was it Chandrayaan 1? Was it Aditya L1, Mangalyaan, Gaganyaan? Which one was India's very first Mars mission, which was sent in the year 2013? Okay, just Just as a clue, this mission was very, done it in a very low budget. Actually, if you see, it's the budget for this entire mission was very less than the budget of the movie Interstellar. So you can see it was a very low budget mission, but it was successful in its first attempt. So which one was that mission? Was it Chandrayaan, Aditya L1, Mangalyaan, or Gaganyaan? And the correct answer is Mangalyaan. Okay, so Mangalyaan was India's very first interplanetary mission, and it was successful in its first attempt. Okay, so we have 18 of you gave the correct answer. That is very good. Let's quickly see the scoreboard. Okay, there are some changes. Sritan and Ashi, they just glued to the first and second position, but 21 is cool is in the third position, and Gulu Gulu Papa fourth. Space Lover BP is in the fifth position. Okay, so that is very, very good. So with that, let's go to the next question. Which satellite launched in 2015 helped Indian scientists to study distant stars and galaxies? So this mission is actually, we can say, it was India's first space observatory, which was sent to study the galaxies and distant black holes. Okay, was it Kalpana? Was it SpaceNet, AstroSat, or Starscope? So which satellite was launched in 2015 to help Indian scientists to study the distant stars and galaxies? So like I said, it is a space observatory. This is India's very first space observatory, which uses X-ray and UV rays for, studying these celestial objects. Let's see the answer. We have all the answers here. And we have mixed up answers. 6 of you gave the Kalpana and then, SpaceNet, Starscope. But the correct answer is AstroSat. Okay, so this is AstroSat. Like I already told you, it uses X-ray and UV rays for for detecting these distant galaxies and black holes, and we are getting good data from this AstroSat. Okay, so this is a very famous, but most of you don't, have not heard this name because it, like Chandrayaan and like Mangalyaan, it was not that famous. Okay, but this is AstroSat. This from now onwards, keep it in mind. So let's see the scoreboard. Shritan has a streak with 12 correct answers in a row. Very good, Shritan. So we completed 12 questions and he got all the correct. Followed by Ashi, 21 is cool, Muhammad, and Gulu Gulu Papa. So very good, all of you. And others, I want everybody to come to this scoreboard. So please, there are two things. You have to give the correct answer, but with that, you have to be fast. That also this Kahoot checks. If you're fast, then you will get more points. So please try to keep up with the pace. With that, let's go to the next question, which is, what is the objective of Aditya L1? So there was another mission called Aditya L1. What was the main objective of this mission? Was it to study Mars? Was it to study the moon, observe black hole, or to study sun's corona? What was the main objective of Aditya L1? Let's see, we already got so many answers. The name itself explains the purpose of this satellite, actually. Okay. Yes, it was launched in September 2023 and it was a very successful mission. Let's see the answers. I got a lot of answers. Let's see the answer, and it was to study the sun's corona. Okay, so this Aditya L1 mission was actually there were two main objectives. One is to study a sun's corona and to study solar activities, including solar flares, and how it is going to affect our Earth's atmosphere. the satellites in the space. So all those, how it's going to get affected. This is the main objective of Aditya L1, which was launched in September 2023. Okay, this is our first solar probe, and it is also, like I told you, it was another successful mission by ISRO. Okay, so quickly see the scoreboard. We don't have any change in the scoreboard. Everybody's holding to their positions. And with that, let's quickly go to the next question. I hope everybody's ready for the next question. Yes. What is the India USA joint mission that will map Earth in 3D using radar? Okay, so this is actually a satellite, a radar satellite, which was sent recently. Actually, this was sent last month, July 30th. Okay, and it was the biggest collaboration between India and NASA. So, which one was that? Was it SAR Earth? Was it NISAR? Was it GeoRadar or Earth Finder? Which one is this radar satellite which will map Earth using a radar? Let's see how many of you know this correct answer. If you're following some of the main latest missions of ISRO, this one was on the news everywhere because this one is very special. This one had a very high budget, and this is one of the most expensive collaboration done by India and ISRO and NASA. Okay, so let's see how many of you know the correct answer. And the correct answer is NISAR. NISAR stands for NASA ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar. So this is actually a satellite with a huge radar. There are two radars in it. And what it does is it takes a very good quality or very accurate 3D map of our Earth. Okay, so by using this 3D map, our scientists can study about the climate changes, or if there is any natural calamity, all those things, or the landscape of Earth just as it is. So all these things they can learn by using this NISAR satellite. Okay, and this was very successful, and it was launched on just last month, July 30th. Okay, so this is very interesting. I'm very happy to see 14 of you gave the correct answer. This is actually good. Okay, let's see. There is no much change in the scoreboard. Only Ayush is just joined the scoreboard, and he's in the 5th position. All right, everyone. Yes, very good. Let's quickly go to the next question. What is Gaganyaan, ISRO's upcoming mission that will mark big leap for India in space? So what is the Gaganyaan mission? This is also an upcoming mission, which was there in the news it's still there in the news from a long time. Is it a weather satellite? Is it a human space flight mission? Is it a Venus mission or a moon rover? What is this Gaganyaan mission? Why everybody is talking about this Gaganyaan so much? Yes, this mission was actually planned for 2025, but because of so many other technical issues, they moved it to 2026, or it will happen at the end of 2026 or 2027. But anyway, it is like we all are very focused, are very excited about this mission. But what is exactly this mission is about? Let's see the correct answer. The correct answer, okay, 16 of you gave the correct answer. That means most of you gave the correct answer. It is the human space flight mission. Okay, that means this mission is going to take humans to space. Okay, this is the first mission which is taking Indians to space. Okay, Indians to space means from India. We are making it in India, and this capsule is going to take Indian astronauts to space. Okay, so let's quickly see the scoreboard, and I'll show you who all are those lucky astronauts. Okay, now there is no much change. Only Shushrut is in the 5th position, and Space Lover BP is making a comeback with 3 correct answers in a row, and he's on fire. Very good, very good. So like I told you, this Gaganyaan mission is the first human flight mission by India. So these pictures you can see here, there are four astronauts, or correctly, we don't call them Indian astronaut, we call them Vyomanauts. Okay, so they are going to go to in this mission and they will stay in space for 3 days. Okay, so this capsule will take them to space and they will stay over there in for 3 days. And here you can see, you already know this person. He is group captain Shubhanshu Shukla. He is actually one of the selected Gaganyaan Vyomanaut, and you all must have heard his name because recently he went to, a space mission. It was very, what do you say? It was all over the news for a past couple of weeks, and he actually went to space in Axiom in one of the mission called Axiom 4 mission, and he will be piloting our Gaganyaan mission. Okay, so these are the selected astronauts for our Gaganyaan mission. And the next question is actually related, is about Shubhanshu Shukla. That's why I'm not talking much about him. So let's see the next question, which is a true or false question. So Shubhanshu Shukla is the first Indian to reach the International Space Station. True or false? What do you think? Is it true? Is Shubhanshu Shukla the first Indian to reach ISS? If you think yes, you can click true. If you think it is not, then click false. So he was a group captain. He was an Indian Air Force pilot who is selected for our Gaganyaan, mission. He will be piloting the Gaganyaan mission. And recently he got a chance to pilot another NASA mission, NASA Axiom mission, which is Axiom 4. And the question is where he went in that Axiom mission. He stayed in space for 14 days. So where he stayed? He stayed in ISS, or he stayed in some other place. Okay, so let's see the correct answer. It's the correct, okay, we got both. Okay, it's actually 50-50 answers. So, but the correct answer is true. Okay, he is the first Indian to go to ISS. Okay, so we know a lot of other people like Kalpana Chawla or Sunita Williams, but they were actually, they are born in India, but they are actually American citizens. So they are not the first Indian to go to ISS. It is actually Shubhanshu Shukla. And he is the second Indian to go to space after Rakesh Sharma. Okay, so there are so many interesting thing about our group captain Shubhanshu Shukla, and he also went to ISS, did around 7 experiments over there, and he came back. So this was on news everywhere. We were like, even Spacetopia was actually streaming the live of Shubhanshu Shukla's launch to ISS. So if you want something interesting, some interesting live like that, please do follow us on all the social media channels. You will be getting a lot of good space news, which is happening. Okay, so with that, let's go to our last question. Okay, so I'm just checking the scoreboard. There is no much change. Sritan is still leading and he's on fire with a streak of 16 correct answer, and followed by Ashi, 21 is Cool, Muhammad, and Shushrut. So very good, everyone. Let's quickly go to the last question. So the last question is for double points. India will launch our own space station, Bharatiya Antariksh Mission, in which year? In which year are we going to send our own space station? Is it in 2049, 2035, 2026, or 2050? When are we going to launch our first Indian space station? So this space station, like from the pictures itself, you'll get to know it looks like ISRO. ISS. But it will be completely made in India. So this is actually a replacement, or we can say Indian version of ISS, where actually astronauts will go and do experiments. And this Gaganyaan mission is just the start to see how human space flight is happening. And once it is successful, we will launch Bharati Antariksh mission, where Vyomanauts will go and do a lot of study. And the correct answer is 2035. So till till now the announced date is 2035. It might change in the future, but for now it is 2035. So in 2000, just maybe like in 10 years we will have our own launch station. Okay, so I hope you all are excited about this. So with that, let's see the podium. Very good job, everyone. But let's see the podium. Third place, we have 21 is school with 18,013 points. And we have second place, Ashi Cosmos. First place, we have Sritan. Okay, and we have two runner-ups, Muhammad and Gulu Gulu. All right, everyone. So I want everybody to clap for yourselves because you all did a very good job. See, everybody is there in the Kahootopia. You don't have to worry if your name was not in the scoreboard. No need to worry. We will be doing a lot of Kahoot quizzes in future. So please go read up about the latest upcoming missions and latest topics, and we will be meeting in our next Kahoot quiz. Okay, but before we end the session, I will just call Garvit sir. He will be explaining to us what is going to happen next month. Okay, what is going to happen next month in our Spacetopia. Okay, so Garvit sir, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. That was a very, very interesting session. I hope everyone enjoyed and learned many new things today. So we have a lot of things planned for the next month and even this month also. Why not this month? So let's see some of the things that are coming up. So in our website only, Cosmic Kids Club, if you go to the website Cosmic Kids Club, you can see that the next session for the next live session will be of an Ask an Astronomer Building the Future Moon Base. So you can go to this, the website Cosmic Kids Club, then go to Discovery Bag, and there, if you have any questions related to the future moon bases, you can ask your question directly to us, and our experts will be answering your questions during the live session, which will be held on 30th of this month only. Okay, so you can ask questions. Still 6 days are left, so you have 6 days. So you can go and ask questions, and we will just share this link in the chat box also. So you can all go and visit our website and ask your very interesting questions so that we can answer it. Another thing is this month, August, is also celebrated as the National Space Day. So, because this month only in 2023, Chandrayaan 3 landed on the South Pole region of the moon. So, we are celebrating in a huge way the successful landing of Chandrayaan 3. So, if anyone wants to join our celebration of National Space Day, you can go to the website events.spacetopia/NSD. We will share this link also in the chat box, and you can register for the upcoming events and be a part of the celebration. We will have many different sessions, so according to your age group you can just apply for whichever session you want to participate in. So this will be the celebration of Chandrayaan, India's journey to the moon. Okay, so you will create your own Chandrayaan model, you will get the e-certificates and many more things. Another thing is for grade 6 to 9th, we will be we'll be discussing about the International Space Station. Right. So according to your grade, you can choose whichever session you want to join in, and we will have our discussion on it. And the best of all, if you all like to read comic books, then we have our comic book on space careers. So if you're confused about what career you can choose into the space domain, you can get a copy of this space career comic book also if you go to this website events.spacetopia.in/comic. We will share this link also in the chat box, and you can get your own copy of the space careers. Or if you want to join a live session for this space careers, you can even join a live session for this. Okay, So, so yeah, do join our all social media handles. We'll share you the link of all the social media handles also. And with that, all the very best for all the upcoming sessions. So see you all there in the live sessions.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Bye,
let
everyone.
me share the chats links. Sorry.
Yes. So if you were not able to do the beginning, like beginning part, it's fine. We will be having a lot of other Kahoot sessions. So you can join from the beginning and you can play at that point of time. Now we can't do anything. This Kahoot is over. So I can see some of you are asking me for some questions in the beginning. You can rewatch. This will be recorded in the YouTube. So you can just rewatch it. And if you want to see the first 9 questions, you can just see that. Okay. So with that, thank you everyone for joining. See you all in another interesting live session. So bye. Bye everyone.
Bye, everyone.